Hello. Hello. How is everyone? I hope you are all well. I should be able to do this now. If I press that, what does that do? Does that bring up the old chat box? Don't bring up very big, do it? Might be able to make that bigger. Can we make that bigger? We can make it a bit bigger, can't we? It's not massive. I suppose you've got to have like really good eyes, and then you might be able to see it. I don't know. Anyway, that's there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. Had a little bit of a change round. The chat is now up here though, so in order to see the chat, I've got to physically look over here, which is a bit annoying. But it'll all make sense. Well, it probably won't make sense to you. It makes sense to me. But yeah, so how is everyone? Who have we got in? Let's have a look. Mod-wise, mod check. We've got Karen, Texas. Hello, Karen. We've got Lorna. Hello, Lorna. We've got Scott, Metalhead UK. Hello, my friend. I hope you're well. I think that might be it for the mods at the moment. But we shouldn't be that busy anyway. We won't be that busy tonight. It's only a quick midweek catch up on what's going on. Any new reports? Dude, you have to give us time to get here. Hello, Superior. Hello, my friend. Yeah, I do. I'm early as well. I'm fashionably early. If there's such a thing, usually fashionably late, isn't it? I'm fashionably early. So, how is everyone? What has everyone been up to today? Anything interesting? Has anybody got anything interesting to tell me? I was just listening to Pavarotti. I was watching his latest video. I'll have to go back to it and watch it at some point. There's a new Inside Edition piece out on Brian Koberger and the what do you call it? The last court hearing. So we'll go over that in a second. I'll wait for a few more people to get in, and we'll go on that. It's quite interesting, really, the way that they've worded it. But yes, it's all good. Who else have we got coming in? Hello to everyone coming in, by the way. All looking absolutely fabulous this evening. I went to the moon today, just got back. You're probably the only person who ever has then. What is it like up there? Hello, Jenny from the UK. Jenny from the block. You've got me binge watching Bones. Yeah, boy. I've been watching it. We've been watching it. I started watching, what do you call it as well? That Fallout. Because I've been watching Justified with Goggins in it, and he plays like one of the main roles in Fallout. So I've been watching that. But we was watching Bones earlier today. We just watched the pirate one where they were going down the water thing and finding treasure. Finding treasure. That's good. I love it. Our old stock exchange went into a fair today in Copenhagen, Denmark. Over 400 history gone. That doesn't sound good. Yeah, Fallout, baby. Yeah, Fallout. See, I'm not someone who ever played Fallout. I know it's obviously a video game and quite a famous video game, but I never played Fallout. But yeah, as soon as I saw Goggins was playing one of the lead roles, I had to watch it, and it looked very on par with that other program that I've recently watched, Silo, which that was really good. If you haven't watched Silo, check Silo out. I don't know where you can watch it. I watched it on Apple TV. I don't know if it's on anything else, but that was good. I just saw a picture of the rover when I was on the moon, and there was no tire tracks. Yeah, you see, I'm not too sure about how the old moon thing went. I'm not sure if they really went or not. I've seen a lot of stories. That seem to say that it didn't really happen. Not so sure. When I went into the wilds of Tanzania, I saw a few bottle caps, and that reminded me of Fallout. Yeah, that's good. Thank you very much for the super chats, by the way. I see JB Gunner. Hello, fucking hell, you're here on time. That make a change. Is that content warning one of them trigger warnings? Oh no, are we going to discuss unalivings? We're gonna be talking about murder and people cutting people's fucking heads off. See, I know the boundaries you can push. You know, there's certain things that you can talk about, and there's certain things that will get you flashed quicker than. Oh no, who flashes quickly? Madonna probably. She was a bit of a flasher. But anyway, hello JB. It's nice to see you on time. I see the merch shop link's been put in there. Yeah, there is merch. I never talk about it, but there is merch. Moon is made of cheese, apparently. Yes. Fallout was a great season. See, I've only watched, I can't remember what I've watched up to. I think I've watched like the first 2 or 3 of them. They've just been going around with that head at the minute. And it's just been took by that massive great thing with a huge mouth. But yeah, we've got a few people in here now, so let's just have a quick check out of Inside Edition. I'm gonna click this and see if this works right. Probably not, but fuck it, let's try it. I'll get rid of JB's face for a second. Sorry, JB, gotta let you go. And here we go. Well, it seemed to work all right. Seems to work all right. What we got? Now I've got to try and go over here. What's that doing? Fucking thing. You got to I'll tell you what, if I'd have kept that other laptop and tried to do this sort of stuff on it with all this stuff running, that would have had a div, I'm telling you. People see all this, right? People see this. Like, even the stuff like JB has running on his, like with the scroll and words, and people don't understand how difficult that is to run that sort of stuff. Really, like, the computer's got to have some juice in it. So whenever you're watching anyone who you see screaming, like streaming live and stuff like that, and they've got graphics and stuff, give them a thumbs up. They deserve it. Hello, Andrew, my friend. Hello. I am good. I am good. But anyway, look. Let's touch on this, and then I'll come back after this. I binge watched all 8 episodes drunk, so he ain't got a fucking clue what happened then. It's good, JB. You might want to watch it again, though. Mind you, I think the last one, I don't really drink that much anymore. I used to drink a lot. We'll come back to that. Stick a pin in that, and I'll come back to it. But yeah, I don't really drink anymore. Please hit the thumbs up. We've got 120 in. We've got 74 likes. Fuck you waiting for? Come on. We've got Dinky as well. Hello, Dinky, my friend. I hope you are all well. Look at you with all the flash graphics. Yeah, I thought I might as well. I recently upgraded the computer again for about the 15th time this year. So I thought, fuck it, I might as well put it to work. So I got some things set up. But I had to build all them by hand as well. Like, the thing is, like, the platform that I use for anyone who is into their tech and stuff, like, if you use things like OBS, you can buy, like, packs that'll build the overlays for you. I use Ecamm Live, which is Apple only, but the good thing about Ecamm Live, which some of you who have been around the channel for a while will know, this will stream in 4K, where not a lot of other I don't think any other platform streams in 4K. But the downside is nobody does any pre-built graphics or anything, so you literally have to build everything from scratch and build every single screen from scratch. So yeah, if you're into streaming and stuff, yeah. When you have the money rolling in, upgrades are necessary, right? I wish I had enough money coming in through this channel to pay for everything that I've spent on the fucking thing. I think this laptop was about $4,000. Fucking joke. Never mind. It is what it is. If you want to sort of stand out, you got to do stuff. So here we go. So look, yeah. So Inside Edition. Let me go back over here. Like I say, I'll dip back into chat when we've gone through this. I've used XSplit for over a decade. See, I don't think I've heard of that XSplit. Like I say, this is Ecamm Live. This is, and they are good. They are good, but you just have to know what you're doing. There's a bit of a steep learning curve with it. You've got to build every single thing yourself. So let's have a look. Yeah, so Brian Koberger murder trial. Suspected killer did not stalk 4 victims, follow their social media, say lawyers. So this is kind of laying it out in plain English for people who seem to still be struggling with this. Do you know what I mean? Tech makes me cry, Mox rocks. Hats off to you, Harsh. Yeah, it does me. I end up just breaking stuff. Like that live the other night, if any of you was on it, that fucking turned into a nightmare. That went like a nightmare. There's Brian making a little church with his fingers. Lawyers also said on Thursday that Brian Koberger did not follow any of the 4 victims on social media or surveil their home. He will need to provide the court with his alibi by Wednesday. I saw a few people, what do you call it? I saw a few people asking if he still had to give his alibi or what was going on there. Yeah, he is still apparently. We're on this journey towards an alibi, and he's got till Wednesday. Will we see anything? I don't really know. I'm not sure if anything will come of that. I think JB has said about this before, and anybody with half sort of brains who have been covering this case have kind of touched on the alibi situation. Having one, what's that, Beetlejuice? Why the hell are we talking about BK in Idaho? World War III is popping off, and this dude hasn't been doing nothing but rotting in some shitty jail cell. What exactly is the update here? Just nothing. Well, go and watch something about World War III then, mate. We'll deal with that. There's been 2 other world wars. We got through them. We'll get through this one. Anyway, Ecamm, not Ecan. Ecan Live sounds like an OnlyFans platform. BK didn't have time to stalk any party hoes. No, and look, we'll stick a pin in that for a second. But with respect of the alibi situation, having an alibi, proving an alibi, very, very different things. It can, you can have an alibi, but not be able to prove it. That's as simple as that. And if I see one other person, oh my God, and JB and the people, other creators in here, Dinky as well, will say, when you hear people turn around saying, oh, if Brian Koberger was innocent, he wouldn't be sitting in jail. He'd be screaming and he'd be saying, I didn't do it and I'm getting out of here. We don't fucking know what he does when the cameras are off him. Do you know what I mean? All we do is see him in the courtroom and he can say anything he wants. I would say pretty much 99.995% of anyone who's incarcerated will be like saying they didn't do it. And they're the guilty ones. It ain't going to make a shit's worth of difference what he says, what he does. He's in the wheel now. He's in the hamster wheel. And until that comes to a grinding halt, he ain't getting off it. That's as simple as that. And you can think along those lines of, oh, if he was innocent, he'd be shouting and screaming. And why would he? He's doing what he needs to do. And that's it. Someone didn't like that. I got thumbs down for that. Common sense gets you thumbs down. Common sense. Yeah, we're here for true crime, not World War III. I'm not fucking interested in it. The politics and all that. I'll tell you what, this is the way I look at it. Politics is this. You got left wing, you got right wing, and both of them wings are hoisting up the same plane. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna go on. Look. Before we get any more thumbs down for saying you're not interested in World War III. Mind you, I do find this, but I'm just in a bad mood today. I'm in a bad mood every day. So look, what we got? He will need to provide the court his alibi by Wednesday. So this is what we're doing. We're doing this alibi chasing. We've got Brian Koberger did not stalk the 4 the University of Idaho students found murdered in their home off campus, according to lawyers for both the prosecution and the defense. Those lawyers and Koberger were in court last week for an emergency hearing after the prosecution filed a motion arguing that a survey of potential jurors being conducted by the defense violated the non-dissemination order in the case. Yeah, nice one. You're an idiot. In that survey of Latah County residents, respondents were asked a series of questions. We don't need to go through that, we know. We know the details there. Mr. Koberger is charged with the 4 counts first-degree murder. Obviously, you got Ethan Chapman's Anna Canodal, Kaylee Gonsalves, and Madison Mogan. The Idaho Statesman was the first to report on the details of the survey and last week's court proceedings. Individuals who answered yes when asked about Mr. Koberger stalking the victims were then informed that there was no evidence to support this claim, according to prosecutor Bill Thompson. Right. Both Mr. Thompson and the defense agreed on this point and said as much during the proceedings. Lawyers also said on Thursday that Mr. Koberger did not follow any of the 4 victims on social media, and no evidence existed to support claims that he surveilled their off-campus home in Moscow. Now, what I will say is there's a big difference. The thumbs down, yeah. Don't worry about it. If they care a lot more about figures than I do. What I was going to say, yeah, with respect to the stalker, we'll come back to that because this is what can I say? Let me just come back here for a second, right? What you're seeing in the Idaho 4 case is the weaponizing of the media and the weaponizing of the public in order to facilitate, in my opinion, what could be a weak case. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Brian Koberger could be guilty, and it's very much like the alibi situation. Brian Koberger could have an alibi, but he might not be able to prove it. Brian Koberger could have done it, but they might not have been able to prove it. And it's like I asked, I think it was yesterday, and I turned around and said, look, if you believe that Brian Koberger done it, then that's great. You know, I get it, and I get why you can see stuff. But I would bet my bollocks to a barn dance that the reason that you believe he did it goes back to the entire point of this survey, and that is that the information that is being put out that people are being subjected to is causing bias, and it is damaging to Brian Koberger's rights to a fair and unbiased trial. And I believe that this entire situation was manufactured right from the start. Right from the start. Maybe they believed he did it because someone pointed the finger at him. Maybe someone knows he did it. I don't know. But can you imagine everywhere they stick their thumbs down when no one is looking? Got 9. It's like the most thumbs down we've had ever. I don't know. But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, so with respect of the situation with the alibi, maybe he hasn't got one, but like Jane said here, do you know what I mean? It's innocent until proven otherwise. But, well, it's not really. Not in Idaho. But like I say, I do believe that this entire situation has been manufactured to work in a certain way. The legal system is a machine. It's a machine, and at the moment, you know, it's biased. Like C.A. Beverforden, prosecution has to prove their case, not the defense. You would think that. You would think that the prosecution has to prove their case. I'll tell you who's thumbing down. It's the person who has the multiple accounts. who we got rid of about 9 of the accounts during the last live when he kept commenting and we kept blocking. Instead, what he's doing now is just hitting the thumbs down. But there you go. Hello for those coming in late. Thank you very much. If you don't mind hitting the like button to offset the down thumbs, that would be fantastic. Pretend you're thumbing old multiple account dude in the head. So anyway, right, where are we? So the defense said that claims that Mr. Koberger surveilled the home came not from media sources, but from inaccurate details included in the probable cause affidavit. While lawyers for both sides may have agreed on these facts, that did not stop the hearing from turning contentious at times, as Koberger's public defender Ann Taylor and Mr. Thompson made their arguments in front of the judge. The defense hopes to conduct the same survey in neighboring counties, but the judge filed an emergency order. Thank you very much for the super chat, Beetlejuice. I appreciate it. Bollocks to a barn dance, Miss Trial has become. Yes, it has, my friend. Ain't it just? Ain't it just? The defence hopes to conduct the same survey in neighbouring counties, but the judge filed an emergency order late last month prohibiting any contact with potential jurors after the prosecution filed its initial motion objecting to the defence's tactics. I like the fact that they put it tactics, do you know what I mean? Tactics. We'll touch on Sebastian Rogers in a second, because that case is beginning to wind me up. It is beginning to wind me up. Mr. Thompson went after Mr. Edelman for his decision to include the stalking question while questioning him in court, claiming the claim was false, and then adding, "Your surveyors put this false information into the minds of the people who are asked the question and who may not have previously heard it." Mr. Edelman said that because this claim came from the media reports, he did not believe this information violated the non-dissemination order. Well, it didn't even come from media, did it? It came from the affidavit. What an idiot. My focus is to assess whether or not media coverage is prejudicial and not whether or not it has led to opinions, Mr. Edelman said in response to Mr. Thompson's question. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. Hello for everyone coming in late, by the way. Thank you very much for coming by. Right, so where are we? The defense is conducting these surveys to determine if a non-biased jury pool exists in the county, given the coverage and attention the case has received over the past 18 months. We know that there isn't an unbiased jury there. Thank you very much, Batsheet. Thank you. What do we got? Over the last 18 months, if the judge allows them to continue, they next plan to survey 2 neighbouring counties in the state. Various media outlets reported that Koberger stalked one or more of the victims in the weeks after his arrest back in January 2023, and you've also still got people like, I'm not even going to mention his name, someone who myself, JB, and Crime Circus has run into, and then they'll do videos going, "Oh, he definitely did stalk. He definitely did." Or he could have stalked. I think the point is that he could have done this. This information doesn't say that. I think the thing here is that the prosecution, I think all they can go with is a stalking narrative. I think they always wanted to use a stalking narrative because, again, it plays into, people's brains, doesn't it? It's a story that makes sense. Oh, this weirdo stalker who stalked them and then attacked them. But again, like I said with the alibi, when someone can have an alibi and it not be proven, same with stalking. He might have been stalking them, but if there's no evidence to support it, then all they can do is put it out there and see if it sticks. And that's what's happened in this case. We know it has. We know that the mention of Brian Kohberger stalking has stuck. It's stuck to the entire, I'd say 80% of the people who follow this case probably think that Brian Kohberger did stalk them. And I would say that 95% of the people who at this stage turns around and says Brian Kohberger's guilty will believe that Brian Kohberger's guilty, and they believe that he was stalking the victims. Wait, do you have... No. I've got no problem with Drip Drop. There was somebody doing videos about myself, Drip Drop, and JB Gunner. I only put overtime in if I made over $300. That's my rule. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. See, I just don't ever sleep, so I can do lives like this. I don't know what the time is. It's like 11 o'clock at night here. But like I say, I don't ever sleep. Anyway, let's switch that back. So, what do we got? Inside Edition Digital could not confirm that Kohberger stalked any of the 4 victims in the Idaho murders case or find evidence that he followed any of the 4 on social media. The case has been in the national spotlight since November 13, 2022, when the 4 students were massacred at their home in the middle of the night. Authorities arrested Washington State University doctorate candidate Kohberger 2 months later at his parents' home in rural Pennsylvania. Soon after his arrest, a judge signed a non-dissemination order in the case, barring any member of law enforcement or lawyer involved in the case from speaking to the media ahead of the trial. And again, this is where everything went wrong, because the gag order, in my opinion, again, the gag order was there for one reason and one reason only. It allowed them to trickle information into the PCA that would fuel the fire, and they knew that without facts out there, people would just run riot with it. And people did run riot with it. Everybody did. I was guilty of doing it. But the difference is, I think some people grabbed hold of certain elements and used that to push very hard the narrative of Brian Kohberger 100% being guilty, doing the crime because of these pieces of information. And that's what it was. But the gag order enabled everybody to be weaponized. But we've got here, this video here is of the search of Brian Kohberger's Washington apartment. Has everybody seen this video of the search of the apartment, or do you want to watch the actual search of the apartment? You have to let me know. If you want to watch it, we can stick it on and watch it. But I'll see what people say, and then we'll put it on if people want to. I'll touch briefly on the video that I did earlier in a second, then we're going to move over to Sebastian Rogers. I tend to work hungover, that's why I cuss out half the people. Just seeing what's in chat. The judge should go after the person who told the lie on national TV. They should be charged with tampering. I'll tell you what should happen. The judge should be sanctioning Bill Thompson, 100%. 100%. You know what I mean? I don't know. They're harsh. You make me laugh. English humour, the best. Watch it. Some people have not seen it. Yes, search, please. Let's have a look. Go. And click this. This is the search of his apartment. Yeah.
Police department, search warrant! Come to the door! Police department, search warrant! Come to the door!
Alright, mate. Sounds like Amazon delivery. How long is the video? About 4 minutes, I think.
Police department, search warrant, come to the door!
It's not long. It's not a long video. You're not
Police
late.
department! Show yourself! We have a search warrant for the building! Police department, show yourself! You're good, dude. Go back inside. Yep. No lights. No lights. Flashlights?
Flashlights.
And they're in. It's gone very quiet. That's them, not me.
Talbot.
It's not a very long
Doors,
video.
bedroom door is locked. You want us to boot it?
Yeah.
Amazon will be chucking the parcel over the fence. It's just doing more videos of commentary.
0302.
I'd get in trouble, I think.
You need anything in your clipboard?
No, I'm good. He's got it. Thank you, guys.
You've got to be really crap at your job if you've got a chest camera on. You can take pictures of the fucking stairs. What's he done? Passed out. That's JB. If JB was on the search,
Huh?
Just a one-lock door?
Yeah.
having a fucking lay
And we
down.
didn't boot it because the keys actually worked. What?
Oh, sweet. Oh, even better.
It's locked because there's only one on.
There's JB.
I'll talk later.
Told you
Yeah.
JB was there.
And I'm still.
Thanks, guys.
I'm still recording unless you don't want me to.
Unless you don't want me to record, why would she not want you to record? See, that's it. Isn't
Well, I'll go inside and read it. So we've got pranks.
Heading towards a year, criminal med, 9 months. Could have had a baby by now.
Do they want a copy of it? Yep.
I like the fact she went, do you want me to keep filming?
There are.
I reckon they had that conversation when they busted into Koberger's parents' house.
You want a copy of the warrant just so you can read it?
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Hands in pockets, walk around.
He's wearing like mittens with his fingers hanging out.
Very sparse.
Sometimes you've got to pass out on the job.
Fancy computer. Yes.
That I wasn't expecting. That's Mallory's going to be all over that.
Fancy.
So he was told he could do a triage here, and then once it gets packaged, he can't do anything until we get a warrant in Idaho for it.
Correct.
So he can triage it while we're still here.
Yeah. Yep. The technical specialist is authorized.
About a minute and a half left.
Video and just digital for now.
This is just video camera. We always do a walkthrough with video and then pictures, so whenever you want to go in. So I'll just follow behind and then.
Fuck me, I took the time, didn't I? Don't actually show the actual video inside then. Just coming out.
Holy crap, it's longer.
Let you have that back, or else I will steal it.
And I get to do it again.
Gloves with gingers hanging out. Fucking hell, that sounds bad. Gloves with gingers hanging out. I think they meant fingers.
Monday at 3:32.
Okay. Sounds good.
The bedroom door was locked because it was a room with multiple rooms and Brian Koberger only rented one
I
of them.
unfortunately get to work whenever they tell me to work.
So he didn't have access to the second one, I believe. He had access to one room and like the kitchen and bathroom. So that he would have normally shared, but he
The weather
didn't.
can cooperate a little bit more. Well, at least it's melting-ish. The drive up today was not fun. There may have been a lot of expletives said.
Yeah, I find it strange as well. Didn't JB? Will you be doing a nightcap stream?
They'll do all the photographs and then they'll set up the 3D scanner. So.
Okay.
So they even done a 3D scan of his
I'm
place.
gonna turn off my camera because.
Yeah, so they even done a 3D scan. He said bring the 3D scanner in. So they even ran a 3D scanner on that. Like people say though, it's like they all wear body cams and stuff, and you think like how higher, like this is a real massive crime, but yet they don't film his arrest, they don't film his interviews or anything like that. It's messed up, isn't it? Just don't make sense. What did that do just say? I only work when they tell me to work. And then when the drive up today wasn't fun, these cops complain. Yeah, they did. That is it. No, I streamed earlier and there isn't enough news. There's plenty of news, as whether that's news that people want to hear. Do people want to hear it? But yeah, they do a lot of moaning. I know that. But yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much where we are with the Idaho 4 case. There's nothing really new. It is just a case now waiting to see if Brian Koberger brings forward an alibi, whether there is something that comes up last minute, keeping an eye on the docs, and we have a hearing in May, don't we? Yeah, we have. I think it's May 15th. I think a bit of an earlier one though, so we will do that. Are they going to incorporate VR headsets for the 3D scan footage, or just knock down the house and cover it all up? The house is gone, isn't it? The house is done, dusted, buried, out. The LiDAR scan is simply so they can build up like a mock rendering of it to scale. They'll no doubt. I think that's what they were doing. They were building like a scaled down model of it. Look up Kevin West from Washougal, Washington. Let's have a look. Let me just let me do this. Kevin West. Kevin West. Washougal. Let's have a look. Washougal. Let's have a look. Washougal. WA. Wasn't this the yeah, I remember someone mentioning this. Let's see if I can bring that up. See if it'll let me watch it. I can't remember if that's on. West pleads not guilty to strangling wife. Wasn't he a fireman or something? Yeah, CWFD Fire Battalion Chief Kevin West faces first-degree murder charges in connection to January the 8th death of 48-year-old Marcy West. Why do all the criminals recently look like Freddie fucking Mercury? He looks like Freddie Mercury. Murder suspect Kevin West of Washougal speaks during his arraignment. Kevin West, the Camas Washougal Fire Department Battalion Chief, accused of strangling his wife to death earlier this year, has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder charges. Yeah, 210 people in and 194 lives. That ain't bad. Right, so West entered a not guilty plea April 9th in Clark County Superior Court on April the 9th. West, 49 of Washougal. Hopefully I'm saying that right. If I'm crucifying that, then It is what it is. Was arrested March 22nd and charged with first-degree murder related to the January the 8th death of 48-year-old Marcy West. Clark County Superior Court Judge David Gregerson granted bail in the amount of $1.5 million. West posted bail and has been released from Clark County Jail, according to his attorney. He posted bail as well. Fucking hell. Posted it and got out. Brian Walker. Under the terms of a release agreement, West is barred from his residence and possessing firearms. West will next appear in court on Thursday, May 2nd for an omnibus hearing. This week, Walker told the Post Record his client did not contribute in any way to the death of his wife. Her passing was an unexpected, tragic event in the lives of the West family and the lives of Mrs. West's extended family as well. Walker, a Vancouver-based criminal defense attorney, said of Marcy West's death, Kevin West only tried to help her. According to the Clark County Sheriff's Office, first responders from Washougal Police Department and CWFD responded to the West home on 34th Street in Washougal at 4:27 a.m. January the 8th after Kevin West told emergency dispatchers that Marcy West was having a seizure. Within minutes, he advised the dispatcher that she had stopped breathing and that he was initiating CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. According to CCSO news release, medics arrived and attempted life-saving measures. And Dixie has gifted a membership. Thank you very much for gifting a membership, Dixie. And Amethyst Noir has received that. But resuscitation efforts were not successful. Marcy West was pronounced dead 44 minutes after first responders arrived at the West home. Kevin West told first responders his wife had a headache and vomited before they went to bed together, but otherwise experienced a normal night of watching movies and eating Chinese takeout. Netflix and chill, baby. Netflix and chill. Kevin awoke to their dog whining and Marcy seizing in bed. CCSO Detective Dean Teleskin wrote in the probable cause affidavit. Alpha David. He moved Marcy to the floor and initiated CPR. He continued administering CPR until medics arrived. Kevin said Marcy did not have a history of seizures or other significant medical history. Now, I'll be interested to see how this turns out. Washougal detectives and the Clark County Medical Examiner's Office began to investigate Marcy West's death after police began fielding calls from people concerned that Kevin West may have had something to do with his wife's death. When an autopsy showed Marcy West had suffered neck trauma, police began a criminal investigation on January the 11th. So neck trauma. On March 20th, Clark County's medical examiner declared Marcy West had died by asphyxia with blunt trauma to the neck and ruled her death the result of a homicide. I know through my training and other asphyxiation investigations that intentional asphyxiation by means of strangulation or suffocation reportedly takes approximately 7 to 10 seconds to cause unconsciousness, and death can be caused in a matter of minutes. Telescan noted in court documents intentional asphyxiation is frequently highly violent and takes more than a moment in point of time for the event to lead to death, suggesting the offender repeatedly chooses to continue the assault over a period of time, failing to stop until the victim loses consciousness and dies. There does not appear to be any other plausible explanation for the injuries to her neck, aside from intentional and direct bilateral pressure being applied, which is consistent with the medical examiner's findings, regarding the injuries in Marcy's neck. According to the city of Camas, Kevin West has worked for the city for 22 years, was promoted from fire captain to fire battalion chief in 2020, and earns an annual salary of $162,600. Kevin and Marcy West have 2 children, Ted, 20, who was staying at his parents' home in January but was reportedly at work at the time of his mother's death, and Megan, 18, who attends the University of Washington. Fucking hell. University of Washington. And Walker said his client is committed to fighting these charges and urged community members to keep an open mind and remember that Kevin West has spent nearly his entire adult life as a firefighter and paramedic, helping others and serving his community, Walker said. The press narrative so far, through no fault of its own, has been drawn mostly from the probable cause statement the police filed with the court, Walker continued. Bear in mind that the probable cause statement represents only a very selective... Right, so listen to this, and factor this mentality, this statement into the Idaho 4, for instance. So the press narrative so far, through no fault of its own, has been drawn mostly from the probable cause statement the police filed with the court, Walker continued. Bear in mind that the probable cause statement represents only a very selective sampling of information gathered by police and presented through a narrow and biased filter. The sole purpose of the probable cause statement is to present the investigating officer's theory in a compelling fashion, and serves no other purpose than to support a theory of criminal activity. It does not include any mitigating or contradictory facts whatsoever. Court documents show Kevin West was having an affair. So in this situation, let's strip out of it a second, because this guy could well, obviously he's innocent until he's proven guilty, but this fucking ain't looking good either, is it? But it was interesting to listen to how they described the probable cause affidavit, and that is that by definition that is going to be biased, and ultimately that is just talking about the interpretation of a law officer and in the way that they've seen everything. You know what I mean? PCA is theory, not facts. That's exactly right. It is theory. It is not fact. It's the trial that should be there to determine facts and to go over the facts. They will have to do an investigation and get all of their ducks in a row there. The probable cause affidavit is not, at the point where that is written, solid in stone. Court documents show Kevin West was having an affair. Court documents show Kevin West had been having an affair for 20 years and planned to leave his wife on the day of her death. On January the 11th, Telescan received a call from a man who said he met West while he was with another woman, Cynthia Ward, at Big Al's in Vancouver. What do we got? The man told Telescan he knew Kevin was married, but that he was also dating Ward. Ward was also in a long-term relationship with another man, according to the court documents, and the man believed Kevin West and Ward were both cheating on their significant others. The man told police he had heard Kevin West was planning on leaving his wife and subsequently heard that she was deceased. Just checking over here. Based on this information, he thought the circumstances were extremely weird and suspicious. Telescan noted in the probable cause affidavit. Later, Telescan spoke with Dr. Martha Burt, who had performed Marcy West's primary autopsy the day before. Dr. Burt advised me there were some injuries noted during the evaluations consistent with strangulation. Telescan stated in the affidavit there did not appear to be evidence of a natural cause or disease attributable to her death. On January 23rd, I'm going to call him T because I can't be bothered to keep saying his name, went to West's residence for a follow-up interview on behalf of the medical examiner's office and noted that an Audi Q5, later discovered to be registered to Ward, was in the driveway. When asked to describe his relationship with Marcy, Kevin told us the better part of their lives had been busy. T stated in the affidavit, Kevin said they had bumps in their marriage and specifically mentioned 2015 as a bump. He indicated it had to do with their financial situation and said he just wanted her to save money. He stated he stayed at a co-worker's property in his trailer for about 20 days at that time. Kevin said they later went to the beach and reconnected. More recently, Kevin told us Megan was at the University of Washington and he and Marcy had been able to rediscover what they have. T again talked with Kevin West at the West residence on January the 31st. I asked Kevin if he could tell us more about the relationship bumps he had mentioned in our first interview. He said that he and Marcy were spending a lot of money and did not have a savings account. He wrote, he and Marcy couldn't come to a resolution in finding a balance financially. In other words, he was earning it, she was fucking spending it, and he was telling her to chill out. How about you check out my new art on the live? Not really news or crime, though. I will have a look. I will have a look. I will have a look, my friend. Email me and remind me, though. Find a balance financially. Kevin decided to temporarily stay in his travel trailer at another property for about 20 days. We just said that. He and Marcy later had a couple's weekend where they went to the coast. They had a good weekend together, talked, and came to a resolution regarding their financial situation. Are you going to stop spending? Yes, I promise. Okay, then we can be friends. Thanks for connecting me. Y'all set your calendars for May 24th. Yes, May 24th. Long live. Yes, I won't buy him a coffee. Coffee is our thing. I will buy him tea and chips. Tea and chips. See, I can't eat. I don't eat chips, mate. I don't drink tea, and I don't eat chips. I'm on a diet, mostly chicken at the moment. Even though tomorrow I'm making spaghetti bolognese because that's probably my new favorite film. I think. The stream is warning. The stream's current bit rate is 6,248.9 kilobits per second. Is lower than the recommended. Oh, shut up. Seems to be going all right to me. I think the internet's playing up tonight. We've had real bad wind. I emailed but half didn't reply. I've got at the moment 187 emails in my inbox that I'm working through. So don't worry, I will get to you. Again, unless someone puts important in the subject field, I don't really get to it, and it must be important because if you just put important because you want to send me something odd, then I'll block you. But if it is important, if it genuinely is important, you can put important, and I do go to them first. Anyway, I digress. Right. So when asked if they had ever talked about divorce or separation, Kevin West said they had talked about those scenarios in 2015. He said his wife made a big effort when we went to the beach, and the talks of divorce dissipated afterwards. Made a big effort. What? She wore like really nice lingerie or something. When asked if he knew Ward, Kevin West admitted to having an affair with her. Prior to this, Kevin had not disclosed anything about the affair with her, despite being asked about his marriage and any relationship issues. T stated in the affidavit, he told us they met in early 2000s when Ward was a volunteer with the Washougal Fire Department. I asked him about the timeline of the affair, and he said, right now, Kevin said He talked to her once in July. I don't believe that for 1 second. He then saw her in late August. He's met with her intermittently about once a month since then. He said they had previously had an affair around 2004. He said he communicated with Ward using his phone, typically using WhatsApp. Oh, WhatsApp. Kevin West acknowledged that the affair is ongoing, according to the affidavit. I asked him if they had talked about future plans, and he responded that there is no plan. He stated in the court documents. Kevin then disclosed that Ward had been at his house during the last interview with him. He said they had been in the garage having drinks. When we got there, Kevin confirmed he and Ward were having a sexual relationship. Kevin Ward told detectives Ward had been a big comfort for him in the weeks following Marcy West's death. This is getting worse and worse, isn't it? Getting worse and worse. And denied that his wife had known about his affair with Ward. According to the affidavit, when T asked Kevin West to show him his communication with Ward on the day of Marcy West's death, he told the detective he always deleted his conversations with Ward in case Marcy West got into his phone. Of course you did, son. Of course you did. Kevin West denied he was going to ask his wife for a divorce. According to court documents, he told us, I talked about divorce, but there's no way I could go through with it. Marcy and I had too much together, he stated in the affidavit. When asked if there were ever talks about if something were going to happen to Marcy, that he would move forward with Ward, he told me no. Later, while searching a wooden box in the West garage, detectives located 2 Christmas cards from Kevin West to Ward. According to court documents, Kevin West had written to Ward that next year, 2024, will be our year. We will be together, celebrating every day. Yeah, he's not doing well at all, is he? According to court documents, detectives seized Kevin and Marcy West's cell phones and found hundreds of deleted messages, with several showing Kevin West intended to leave his wife and be with Ward. And this is what we call digital footprint, isn't it? This is it, isn't it? And this is what is missing currently. I'm not saying it will always be that way, but in the Idaho 4 case, at the moment, these details are the bits that are missing. Deleted messages between Kevin and Ward's brother-in-law showed Kevin telling him on January the 3rd, I'm moving out on Monday. Paper's done Tuesday, and I know where I sit. T stated in the affidavit. This would appear to reference Kevin having plans to move out of his house on January the 8th, and that the divorce papers will be finished on January the 9th. Deleted messages from Kevin West to Ward's mother, Walter Ward. What a fucking name. Walter Ward. Also speak to Kevin Ward thinking during the early days of 2024. On January the 3rd, Kevin tells her, I'm meeting my attorney on January the 9th and I will have options to decide from, and I'm very excited. Divorce, murder. I will also be moving out on January the 8th. Next week will be a big week for Cynthia and I to celebrate. I love you, T stated in the affidavit. The messages Kevin sent to Walford and Lorna stand in stark contrast to what Kevin told us during his interview on January the 31st, when he stated he was not planning on leaving Marcy to be with Cynthia. See, we've got people in our community. We've got a Cynthia, we've got a Lorna. Anyway, I digress. His messages indicate he was imminently moving forward with a separation or divorce. Kevin's statements that he and Marcy had been intimate on January the 7th did not make sense given his imminent move out and presumed notification to Marcy of the divorce papers being finalised. According to the affidavit, detectives also found messages on Marcy West's phone that depict multiple arguments between her and Kevin West regarding their relationship, lack of intimacy, financial situation, and their children. The affidavit states that some of the noteworthy texts sent from Kevin West to Marcy West included text stating, you have made yourself clear that I have made you unhappy for 23 years. Get your paperwork ready because that's what you want. You create my anger. You need to know what I'm extremely stressed about. Money, I'm overwhelmed at work. According to the court documents, Marcy West had asked her husband to give her 2 weeks to find somewhere to go. On March 20th, the Clark County Medical Examiner's Office told T that Marcy West's death had been ruled as a homicide caused by asphyxia due to blunt neck trauma. Based on a comparison of her interviews with Kevin and the evidence found at the house and contained in Kevin and Marcy's cell phones, it appears that Kevin was telling us contradictory statements that was intentionally being deceitful through lies and omissions regarding his relationship and intent with Cynthia. Telescan stated in the affidavit, based on Marcy's significant injuries discovered during the autopsy combined with information learned during our interviews and cell phone extractions pertaining to the affairs, Kevin's impending separation and divorce, and their long history of relationship issues, it appears that Marcy's death was caused by injuries to her neck. Telescan said Kevin West's account of Marcy's death, that she had suffered from a seizure, had no explanation for why she would have injuries. Kevin stated he was the only person present at the time of her loss of consciousness, and no evidence has been discovered to indicate any third party was present. Telescan stated in the affidavit his account of the incident involving Marcy having a seizure does not produce any reasonable explanation for why she would have her noted injuries. So there you go. That is the fireman strangles wife case. Kevin West. There you go. Is he guilty or is he innocent? Well, at this stage, again, to be fair, he is innocent until he's proven guilty, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Anyway, I'll dip into chat before we head over quickly to look at sort of the latest stuff that's floating around on Sebastian Rogers. Again, that case is crazy me. I just don't get it. It's quite annoying when you're waiting, isn't it? When you're waiting around for things to happen, it gets frustrating. But what do we got? Hold on. Right. Let's have a look in chat. Who's about? JB winding people up still, I think. Biscuit and gravy. Biscuits. Oh, you make me hungry. Making me hungry. Yeah, I ain't eating biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy. Ugh, that would be fucking horrendous. You don't want to read chat. Stop disrespecting the biscuits and gravy. I too don't. Please stay on topic. It was spaghetti bolognese. That's what I'm having. Spaghetti bolognese. Lexi Bonner from Leeds. She's a 15-year-old who beat up. I did hear about this. And I also heard about, before I forgot, I can't remember her fucking name. For those of you who have been around the channel for a while, you'll remember this. We spoke about a woman in the UK, in Scotland, who had, someone might know, and I'll bring it up. She was a woman who had, I don't know why the fuck I'm looking over there. The camera's over there. I was talking to the actual chat box. She was the woman who had locked her kid up in the house, and that turned out later that she tried to sell him. She tried to sell the kid, and he'd got out, he'd got away, and the authorities went to the house, and she'd like made some sort of fucking cage in the house. Well, she's dead. She died. So karma got her in the end. Harsh, you haven't lived until you had good biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy, it sounds horrendous. Like, I don't really like biscuits. Scones and gravy, yeah, if they're like savoury scones, because you can get like sweet ones as well, can't you? But yeah, fucking, I don't know. Eye contact. I was looking at, that's the downside of having chat there, not chat down there. As I'm looking over here. I'm just reading. I'm coming back, don't worry. I'll be back. 8 hours will be entertaining. I should, if I could, can I see chat? See, if I had better eyes, I'll be able to see that chat up there. But my eyes are shut. But I still know from the camera. Biscuits and gravy sounds fucking horrible. Gravy, yes, I like gravy. Biscuits, I like some. Together, nah, never. Megan Boswell, yes, I have heard of Megan Boswell. We have done videos on Megan Boswell. I know her trial is coming up in the next couple of months or so, isn't it? So yeah, I'll probably stream the Megan Boswell case, Boswell trial. Our JLR just put out 13-year-old girl kidnaps 5-year-old boy. Yeah. The world's gone mad, mate. The world's gone absolutely nuts. I don't even know what to think about it anymore. You look like County Proudfoot reading a script, Harsh. Come in now. County Proudfoot. And on that note, before we wrap up for the evening, because we've been going for over an hour. Time's fucking flown. We've got the latest sort of stuff that's floating around. Obviously, nothing massive is happening in this case. What is going on in this case? Harsh, our US biscuits not the same as UK biscuits now. Our biscuits, we got, our biscuits, we get aren't scones like hard rocks. They are if my mother-in-law cooks them. Fucking hell, mate, you lob them through a window. If you threw one of her scones across, boy, that'd be, and she's a chef. Fucking chef. I don't know anything of. How do you pronounce scones? I pronounce it scones. I know some people say scones. That's like some people say bath in this country. I don't say bath. I say bath. But yeah, gotta love the English language. Gotta love the English language. Yeah, biscuits in England are cookies in America. Yeah, you see. But we have cookies in this country, but cookies refer to a specific type of biscuit. So this gets really complicated then. So the Uvalde Foundation for Kids, from founder Daniel Chapin, Julie has gifted a membership. Thank you very much for gifting a membership. It hasn't yet told me who received that membership. Running a bit slow. I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, so while this case remains a bit outside the scope of our general mission, Sebastian captured our attention, for we are also mothers and fathers. We cannot turn a deaf ear. So that's the Uvalde Foundation for Kids. They're still putting the old posters out. Please help us find Sebastian Rogers. Missing Monday. That was 20 hours ago. 7 hours ago. Sebastian Rogers, it's been quite... So have a look at this. Can we do this? Let's have a look at this. I mean, let's go back. This is the interview, isn't it? So watch this.
Faith, and we're praying every day that we're going to find Sebastian.
What's the latest on the search?
Omelets.
So
I like omelets.
law enforcement is exploring any and all possibilities. They're communicating daily with us about updates and the statuses. We have faith that all the law enforcement agencies involved are doing everything that they can, and we're going to find Sebastian and bring him home.
We know the most important thing right now is to get the word out about Sebastian. What would you like our viewers to know about your son?
Sebastian, he is high-functioning autistic. He loves animals. He loves video games. He loves fishing.
Green tea!
You're so goofy.
He's typically a very, very sweet boy. He can be quite temperamental, though, if he's overstimulated or if he's stressed out. He has a unique run.
Like JB.
He runs like the Naruto anime character. When he's excited, he likes to dab, and he loves music. He loves to dance.
That's all very helpful information.
No,
now, if Sebastian is out there watching, what would you like to say to your son?
I would say, Bubba, we love you. We all love you so much. Wherever you are, just know that we are not going to stop We're going to keep searching. We're going to find you. We're going to bring you home. And if you ever get an opportunity, find a phone, find a safe adult, call 911. But I'd also like to ask our community to please keep searching your properties. Keep sharing his flyer. If you know something or you see something, please say something. Call the law enforcement immediately.
We're going to do everything we can to help find him.
Especially
Thank
ask
you.
difficult questions, you fucking moron.
Now, let's take a good look at Sebastian. He's 15 years old, 5'5", 120 pounds, with light brown hair and brown eyes, and wears glasses. If you've seen Sebastian or know anything about his disappearance, please call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. That's 1-800-843.
Well, I don't even know what to say about that. Like, he's been missing for how fucking long? What were them questions about? What were those questions about? Day 50 fucking 1, and he's what do you want to tell people? Well, he's got glasses, got fucking glasses, and he's got autism. We fucking knew that 51 days ago. Fucking hell. Obby's out. What do you reckon really happened then? What do you think really happened? What are people's thoughts on this case, the Sebastian Rogers case? What's people's general feeling about this case? I thought I saw somewhere that they said that the father had failed a polygraph test. Where did I see that? Was that Michelle After Dark, I think, had posted something about that. Call from reporter to the Proudfoot's neighbour in regards to seeing Sebastian Rogers on her ring cam. What is it? Please tell me that this case is not going to turn into another Michael Vaughan case.
And they evidently have been out on Saturday because she got home. She pulled up, he got out of the car, and he gets the mail, and she pulled into the garage. And he looks happy, and he's running up to the front door, but then he doesn't go in the door, and he skips back down the sidewalk and into the garage. He looks really happy. I did not visually see him on Friday with the camera, but Sunday with my camera. But that was when I asked the police, did you see the turnout about the Sebastian? And they said, because in this neighborhood, he was trying to tell
I haven't, Dixie. The new camera of the video headlight. Fuck off. On right in my ear. No, I haven't seen it. And who the hell is Shirley? Harsh always mentions. Poster coming up a lot. Yeah, now we're just going over to the old stuff. There's Pascal Show. I know Pascal Show. He's good channel. He's covering it quite vigorously. He is covering it quite vigorously. Nothing new to report on the Sebastian Rogers case. No significant developments. No, I know there's not a lot going on. Not a lot at all. This is going to turn into a The Fall. That's an awesome program. That is The Fall. Yeah, that's good. That's the one with Scully, isn't it? Dana Scully in it. Yeah, that's good. That was a really good show. Really good. But there we go. I think that is about a wrap. I could have gone through the other bits and pieces. What we got through here? Let's have a quick look on here before we log off. What do we got? Soldier found dead in river, had been wrapped in ropes. Don't know what they're all about. Ta-da. Billionaire declared dead as living with mistress in Moscow. I love that, isn't it? What we got? A quick look and see if there's nothing breaking. There's old Donald. Rishi Sunak. No, it's all fucking boring shit. Like I say, there isn't a lot to report. Not a lot to report. Los Angeles, what we got on Los Angeles? Federal judge has found that LA City officials doctored records in a case over homeless camp cleanups. Is that the only thing? I'm not getting into politics. Fuck that. I'll leave that to JB. If you're into politics, JB does politics. I don't think I'd even dare. That drives me insane. Tornado warning expires for parts of Kansas City's Northland. Tornado watch remains. Stay safe. Stay safe out there. I was just looking at that. I wasn't even showing you, was I? But anyway, yes, we've got an all-nighter coming up on the... can somebody remind me? Let me come back on there. Somebody in chat will be able to remind us what it is. It's Sienna's birthday. It is Sienna's birthday. She is 18 today. Makes me fucking feel old, I tell you. Makes me feel old. How can I, looking 21 like I do, have a daughter who is 18 years old? How does that work? How does that work? I don't know. I don't know. It does make you feel really old. But anyway. So enough of that. Are you familiar with the Nicholas Massengill case? Not sure whether I'm relieved those remains weren't summer. No, I haven't. I'll look at it. I'll have a look at it. Not now, though, because we'll call it a night. We've been going for a bit. You lot have been talking about biscuits. You've kind of made me hungry. Yeah, you've just also reminded me that I've got an 18-year-old daughter that makes me feel really old. So I'm going to go and sulk somewhere. But thank you for joining me. Thank you very much for joining us here for a bit, having a hangout, having a chat. But yeah, keep your eyes out. It's on. I've already set it up, so it's on like the scheduler thing. I think is the 24th of May, and we're gonna see how long we can go for. Go all night, and see what we can do. I have to know, did you get Sienna a pink car? No, I didn't. She's not passed the test yet. She's about to do like an intensive course. And then we'll sort something out. But no, didn't get her a pink car. You've just reminded me though. Thank you very much for reminding me. She's gonna have to be really nice to me, or I'm gonna get her one. But no, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you, JB, also for entertaining the community. I don't know whether Dinky's still about or who else is about. Thank you to the mods. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Dope. Thank you, Superior. Dixie, Lorna, My May, Baby Girl. I see you there. I see you. Scott as well. Scott Metalhead. I think we pretty much had a full house, Lorna. Thank you. You are brilliant. I couldn't do it without you. And you look too young to have an 18-year-old. Thank you very much, Paula. You are my new favourite. Any advances on that? Any advances? I look too young to have an 18-year-old, but fuck me, I do. Never mind. It is what it is. I'm getting old, mate. Getting old. I'm going to go and fucking sulk somewhere. Look after yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you in a few hours' time. Pretty much in like 10 hours, something like that. Look after yourselves.